Hello there guys, and welcome back to Civilization 5, still playing as England and working towards our domination victory. In the last video we finally managed to take over Vienna. It's still in resistance for another turn or two, but we'll soon be able to make some use of that. I do have to be careful, of course, to defend myself from Salzburg. I don't think Linz is going to be much of a problem. The next thing I should probably do is move on to Spain. Now, I said I was going to do that, and I probably will. My ships are close by. It will help to reduce the amount of spamming they're currently doing with missionaries. I'm half tempted to try and actually take both of these cities, because I believe if I take Madrid, that it's going to be quite tricky to try and defend it from Barcelona. I mean, they're very, very close together. They are literally 5 tiles apart. They couldn't be any closer together if they tried, because I think the limit is 4 tiles. So they're very, very close together. I'm actually surprised they haven't spread further, because one of the Spanish special units is the Conquistador, which is a land melee unit that can actually become a settler, as it were, and build a city. Let's just check something out if we can, because I'm actually quite interested to see how many cities they've got. And there is a little bit of a cheat to doing this. If you go into trade and go to cities, you can actually see what they've got. So they've got Barcelona, they've also got Seville somewhere as well, and I can't actually see that. And obviously Madrid is their capital, but Seville is a bigger city, and it could be up there, but I don't think it is. Not actually sure where it is at the moment. I don't think Sweden's going to be a big problem for us. Unfortunately for them, I think they're going to be a little bit easy to take out. But certainly, actually capturing this island would give us a bit of a forward staging ground to attack the Incans later on as well. And the Incans have obviously gone to war with Germany. Germany has now lost Cologne as well, so and Munich. Germany are having a bit of a hard time of things over here. So the Incans are actually getting quite powerful, quite big for their boots. But we're going to go on to the next turn. We've been having a couple of turns. Yeah, denounce. Well, that's fine, because you're going to pay for this. You really are. Just letting my boats and things heal up, which is fine. I'm going to get really aggressive with Spain in a moment, because they're just they're annoying me quite a lot. And again, as I said, I do have to be really careful with the amount of units that Austria has, because the AI will try and retaliate. It's certainly not beyond trying to build up a massive force and then attack me. I need to be able to defend myself from Vienna. Of course, there is... defend Vienna from the Austrians. Now, of course, there is a peace treaty for a while, so they can't go directly into attack mode, which is good for us. Edinburgh's finished the cargo ship. Before we build... Should we build any more, or should I concentrate on something else first? What should we do? Got a fairly good gold income here, so let's go for a stock exchange and get that sorted. London's finished its stock exchange. Now, we could build a temple. We still don't have one of those. Of course, we don't have any of the guilds yet either. Now, they're not particularly important, because they just give us slots for great people and great works. They don't actually give us any additional culture, although they do if we've got specialists in them. I think what we'll do, though, is go for constabularies now, because we are starting to get ahead on tech, if we're not ahead already, which we should be, and that will help reduce people stealing from us. So this cargo ship is going to go to London, just like the others, and hopefully we'll be able to... Now, should I declare on Spain right now? Because I could just go and take those missionaries straight out, because I know they're coming for one of these cities, and I don't really want them to get away with doing that. This cargo ship is going to make its delivery, so we want the highest gold. Not bothered about my cities. We don't want to trade with Madrid, obviously, because they are going to be our enemy very, very shortly. So let's trade with Genghis Khan. Now, I don't think Spain have got too much around. My ships are mainly repaired, if they're not already completely repaired. Going to leave a privateer or two around here. I think I'm also going to leave a ship of the line. But I do want my ships of the line which have the additional range, such as this one. These ones are going to be my attack fleet. These are the ones that are going to move towards Barcelona, because we need the attack range. You've got the attack range, so you're going to move forwards. And you have the attack range, so you're going to move forwards. What do you have? You don't have the attack range, but you have bombard against naval units. You have bombard against land units. So I'm going to move this one out because this one will be good against naval units. And I'm going to keep this one around for defense because it will be better against land units. But I'm going to move it into position to deal with... okay, there's a plan. So what I'm going to do here... Now, privateers... This one has Coastal Raider 1. This one has Coastal Raider 1, and we've got one in here that has Coastal Raider 3. You're going to move out because you're going to be what we use to try and take Spain. And this privateer is going to move into Vienna to reinforce it. Now, I'm going to declare war on Spain this turn. Now, they do have a privateer there, but I'm not too worried about that. Declare war. They've denounced us. There's only two... what are we currently getting from them? Iron and horses. And they're getting truffles. Well, I don't think we need the iron. Yep, we're still in a positive for iron. That's fine. Obviously, there's a lot of things popping up now. City-states declare war. City-states of hers. Peace treaty with Kiev has ended. Peace treaty with Leventa has ended. Okay, fine. So, our next plan... That's my privateer that I'm moving across. Can you move any further? Yeah, you can move one further forward, so let's do that. What are your city-states and where are they? Just want to be careful because I don't want to run into them. We had Leventa. Be around somewhere. Not Kathmandu, that's still on our side, which is good. Leventa, which is over here, so fine, that's not going to be too much of a problem. And, where was the other one? Let's have a look. Leventa and Kiev. Where is Kiev? Kiev's over there in the fog of war, so I'm not too worried about that. So my plan was... Now that we've done that, oh, they've actually moved that trade ship. That's very convenient for them, isn't it? There was a trade ship there, and I thought, well, I'll land on top of that trade... Unless it was a trade ship coming to me, so it's automatically been destroyed. It was my intention to try and pillage it, but oh well, never mind. I can still do what I intended to, which was to try and take these missionaries out. And we're going to keep this privateer, and this ship of the line around to try and deal with anything that Austria might throw at us later on. So you're going to stay there, quite happy with that. Let's go on to the next turn. Let's see what Spain can pull out of the bag. Obviously they're trying to save their privateer. They're moving it quite close to Austria. Now I can't move into Austria's lands because obviously Austria are on... we have a peace treaty. The Incans are very unhappy with us. They'll probably declare war on us sooner or later as well. Wouldn't be the slightest bit surprised, but we'll deal with that as and when. So they've denounced us this turn. Obviously, they haven't declared war on us this turn. Which is odd, because they're quite happy to constantly declare war on Germany. So let's make our sort of movements this turn. Let us... just fire as much as we can at that privateer if we can take it out, and having this range is brilliant. Now what I do want to do, of course, is I do want to really look after my ship of the lines, and the reason for that is when they eventually get to the point where we can upgrade them to battleships, they're actually going to have... Can I not move that? Yeah, there we go. When we actually get to the point where we can upgrade them to battleships, the ones that have a range of 3 now will actually have a range of 4, because battleships have a range of 3 by default. So there's their privateer completely sank. I'm going to attempt to move in, and I probably... Yeah, we will destroy that trireme actually, which is very good. So the fleet is certainly moving forward. Don't want to get too close at this point. Just having a little look to see what they've got. There is a cargo ship there. How much movement do I have left? 4 of 9. So, of course, now what we should be getting is we're getting 2 extra movement to naval units, which we're getting from basically playing as England. We're also getting the +1 movement and +1 sight from the Great Lighthouse. We're also getting +1 movement and +1 sight for exploration. So we've got a huge line of sight and movement base for all of these ships, which is really quite nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. I would be able to get into that cargo ship and pillage it, but then I would take damage, unfortunately, because I wouldn't be able to get back out away from it. Maybe we can get that on the next turn. We'll see what happens. There are a lot of Incan cargo ships around, but nothing to worry about too much there. Now, there was something that I was going to build in Berlin, and I can now no longer remember what that was actually going to be. What don't we have that we probably need here? We could build a castle, actually, because the Incans do like to try and attack this. Obviously, it'd be nice to have things like a workshop and a seaport, but I think, certainly for the moment, I think we should probably go for... Let me just have a look in London. I want to see which national wonders I still have left to build. So we have the East India Company, which requires a market, but that's Nottingham. The Ironworks, which requires 2 workshops in Berlin and Nottingham. And the Hermitage, which requires 3 opera houses. So we'll go for the East India Company first, which means building a market in Nottingham. So that means Berlin is free to build other stuff. So I think I will go for the castle, just in case they decide that they're going to try and attack that. So we've got this cargo ship in London. We are going to trade with... let's keep trading with the Mongols for now, because they're the least hostile towards us. Now I have this ship of the line here. Very conveniently, of course, we do have this Spanish ship, which we can plunder. That gives us 200 gold, and also it means that they've lost a cargo ship, which is good for us. Do want to keep this ship of the line close around here for defense. We're only 1 turn away from being able to produce ironclads as well. You're going to stay there for the time being, because I don't want to lose you in a pointless battle. This privateer has now noticed a Spanish privateer. Now the question is, do I try and get involved with that? It could be a little bit risky. I do have a second privateer which can come and help. So we can actually both attack. I've got enough enough time with both of these to be able to try and do this. Hopefully its counter-attack won't be enough to take us down. And of course, if we take it out, there's a chance that we'll get a free privateer from this as well. You guys have now finished building that. Now, I said that I wasn't going to upgrade this because I will probably just turn it into a cultural site, which I still intend to do. But I'm not sure if they can actually use the antiquity site if it isn't repaired. I'm going to get them to repair it anyway, because they're standing around there not doing anything. Might as well get them to do something useful. So let's keep our eye on the Spanish. That cargo ship has moved a little bit closer towards us. And Genghis Khan is still friendly. He's happy for us to go to war with people. He does not care. He's too busy doing his own thing, which is going off and declaring war on all of the city-states. The Incans have had their turn. They haven't declared honours this time around. Now, this is quite interesting because those 2 cargo ships have actually parked right on top of each other. So I'm not too sure what I can do about that. The nations of the West. We now have steam power, so let's see what we've got going on here. Peace treaty, Genghis Khan, Truffles, Hong Kong, Kaisel, Yerevan. Yeah, we know we're rigging elections or trying to election. Right, so our peace treaty with Austria is now over. So this is now where we do have to start being very careful. So we can now build ironclads. Now what we should probably go for next, I think we will go for refrigeration because we do want to get submarines. They are going to be a great help to us if we can get those. We have had a ship promotion. And I think we are going to go for boarding party on this particular privateer. We should be able to take that one out nice and easy. Which we do. Do we get the ship from it? I don't think so. No, unfortunately we don't get the ship. And we don't get any more movement on this turn. But this one can park itself back in Vienna. Obviously, this is the point where the Austrians could try and attack. Can't get at that caravel because, of course, these are melee ships. What I can do, providing there's nothing else Spanish around up here, and it doesn't look like there is, see how far I could move this. Yeah, fortunately I won't be able to quite get there, but I am definitely going to move this ship of the line down in case they try something sneaky. Let's put it on to guard. Let's have a look what we've got going on over towards Spain. Now, what I was finding interesting was we've now got 2 cargo ships here. There's actually the Spanish cargo ship, and there is a Swedish cargo ship. Now, yeah, it did plunder the right one, luckily. I should be able to move. Yeah, I didn't know if that would work. I didn't know whether it would try and plunder both of them. I'm glad it hasn't. What I can do now, I don't think there's any other Spanish units around. Of course, if Austria do declare on me, I still have my ships of the line very, very close to come and deal with things. So what I intend to do is I'm going to get a lot of these ships within 3 hexes of Barcelona. I'm not going to get within 2 hexes because, of course, if I'm within 2 hexes, they can fire back at me. But if I'm within 3 hexes, like I am now, all of these ships can fire at Barcelona, and Barcelona can do absolutely nothing about it. So we are going to do that. It should be a lot quicker taking Barcelona out than it was trying to take out... why can't that one... Ah, that one doesn't have the upgrade. I was under the impression that it had, but it hasn't. I shall leave it there nonetheless. This one definitely does, though. We are going to be taking Barcelona out quite quickly, and this one needs very little XP for a promotion. So what I might do is I might move it in an attack anyway. This will definitely draw their fire. This will definitely take a hit next turn. But that's fine because we can move it back out and then repair up later. Additionally, of course, because I'm now within 2 hexes of Barcelona, we're actually causing a blockade, which is obviously beneficial to us. So York has now finished its bank. It's quite good on science, quite good on gold. Let's go for a stock exchange. It's still fairly low, but it'll add us some extra money in there. We do have the potential now of upgrading these bananas, but I don't think that we really need to worry about doing that too much. These units are also getting a bit old, so we need to start upgrading these. Obviously, they have been sitting around because they are basically just providing a garrison to give us some additional happiness and culture, but also to help fend off any potential attacks that might come at us from the Incans in that direction, and the city-states, of course, when they go to war with us. Privateer is just going to sit on alert, because we definitely don't want to lose that. This Privateer is going to heal up, and let us go on to the next turn. But before we do that, we are going to create an Austrian artifact here. No point creating a landmark, of course, because it's not within our territories. Now, if we just actually go into the culture overview, we might actually have enough to do something at the Louvre. So what we need here, of course, is 2 great works and 2 artifacts, all from different eras and different civilizations. Well, there's an English industrial. What was that artifact that we just picked up? Austrian classical. So we've got an we've got an Austrian classical artifact. We have an English industrial painting. We have a German medieval painting. England, yeah, we're still short on one. German Renaissance, Austrian Renaissance writing. We may be able to exchange something. What do we have? So we have Austria Classical. So we have Austria, England, Germany. And we have Classical, Medieval, and Industrial. Swap great works. Nobody has any artifacts that we can swap. Was it an artifact we needed? Or was it an Austrian amulet? That's a painting. That's a painting. So it is actually a artifact we need. Well, we will hold out for a little bit longer. Can't get that bonus quite yet, which is a shame. But never mind. Let us press on. Okay, that's a bit... I expected that to happen. I may be able to take... Well, I'll definitely be able to take that out. That's not a problem. Austria is mobilising units. Now, there are a few things that I am going to need to have to do. So we have to be very, very careful here. Being denounced by Sweden, well, we knew it was going to happen sooner or later. Prefer not to lose this privateer. So let us see what we can do. Now, whose units were they? Oh, of course, that's a Spanish unit, because Melbourne is actually one of our cities. Well, our golden age has ended. What we are going to do is we're going to go into Vienna. Now, we're going to annex Vienna, and you'll see we get some more unhappiness. We're currently at 38 happiness. If we annex, we drop down to 33. However, what we can do is we can instantly purchase the courthouse, and that's put us back up to 39. So we're actually now better off. And what we should also do here, because we've got a lot of nice stuff here, what we should also do is have a look and see what we can produce, because it's starting to build a caravanserai, which we don't really need because we don't have any land trade going on here. We should probably get ourselves some defensive units. So I think what we're going to do is... It's going to take too long to actually get any of them. We are going to build a harbour to get it connected up with the rest of our empire. And we are also going to purchase a Gatling gun. And then on the next turn, we'll probably purchase something else as well. London has now finished the constabulary. So let's go and do a police station while we can do that. Of course, we can build ironclads now, but we're not going to build those quite yet. Now, we get a minor victory there, but we get half destroyed in the process. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this ship of the line down a little. Now, you don't have the range, so you're going to have to get close to it. And that should almost finish it off. And that should give the privateer a very good chance of taking it out completely. Which indeed it does. Obviously, this privateer is very low on health now, so we are going to have to babysit it a little, look after it. Hopefully, Austria won't declare war on us on this turn, or any turn for that matter. We do see a Spanish caravel over here, so we do need to keep our eye on that. We'll deal with that with our ship of the line on the next turn. This one did take some damage. We fully expected that to happen, but it's still in good condition, so we can continue the bombardment. In fact, we may well even get Barcelona on this turn. You'll also see here that they have some Inquisitors as well. Now that's Barcelona down to almost nothing. We can actually take Barcelona, and indeed we will. We'll take a bit of damage, but we can easily heal from that. Again, we're going to create a puppet. There's no point annexing it until it's had a resistance, which is going to be 6 turns. We can view it and see what they have, though. So all we got from that was a workshop, a shrine, and stoneworks. Not particularly brilliant. I may decide to raise it, actually. I may not even bother keeping it. My main concern for getting rid of it was so that they can't use it to attack me. Although they do have a manufactory here, which would be really nice to have. So we're going to have to keep our eye on that. You guys can go back on to defending. Trebuchet can't be upgraded yet. We need gunpowder to upgrade it to a cannon. You guys go back to defending. What else have we got? You're going to stay there and heal now, because you took some damage on the last turn. You guys have finished upgrading that site. It's not actually showing us an antiquities site. And the road has been destroyed. What we could do actually here is if we build a road on this tile. Oh, there's the antiquities site's just reappeared. If we build a road, because the road had been pillaged, that will actually connect Vienna to Graz. Now, because Graz already has a connection with the capital, that will connect Vienna up, meaning we don't need the harbour. We're still going to build the harbour anyway, because the harbour actually gives us a few extra bonuses, bits and pieces, because of various things we have. It gives us +1 happiness for a start, so it's well worth having. So on to the next turn we go. Fully expecting some sort of retaliation from the Spanish. Don't need to be opening borders with Genghis Khan now or any time in the future. Trade ship up there that we can deal with. And they're clearly now starting to move their land units in, which we did expect, because they're going to try and take Barcelona back. But that is definitely not a problem. I think we're in quite a strong position here. Of course, we've still got our city-states on our side. But we are losing a bit of influence with Melbourne, so we do need to do something there. So let's have a look at what we've got and what we need to do. This privateer gets a promotion. I'm going to give it Coastal Raider 2, and I'm going to move it back within our borders so that it can heal up. This ship of the line is going to move back up to the north because we have this caravel up here that needs dealing with. So let's bombard on that a little. We do have another promotion here, which is you. And what should we give you? Strength against naval units. Let's give you some extra strength against land units, because that's the immediate problem that we've got here. So, are you an enemy? You're Vilnian, so you're not an enemy at the moment. So what we are going to do is we are going to take one of these ships of the line, and we are going to move on to this Spanish cargo ship and pillage. Thank you very much for the free gold. We have the range increase on this ship as well, so we are going to move ourselves over here, not that anything can hit us anyway, and we are going to start bombarding their land units, and this will stop them from being able to retake the city. Always worth keeping your ships within your own borders if you can, of course, because then they can heal up. And there's one unit completely destroyed, so that's a good start. Let's move you forwards. You've got a little bit of a bombardment bonus against land units. Now, I would like this one to heal up, but of course it does need some XP if I want to get the range increase with it, so let's use you to fire at them as well. Didn't get the kill, but certainly get some more XP from it. So that puts it a little bit closer. You definitely need to heal up because you are in terrible shape at the moment. This Gatling gun is going to come down here onto Austria's borders in case Austria start getting any ideas. And we are going to purchase another Gatling gun for the same purpose. Privateer is going to heal up. Privateer in Vienna is fully healed, so you're just going to stay there and wait for something to happen. And I think we've got time for one more turn, and then we can call that a video. A camp has been destroyed by a... Please... Okay, I'm just going to do that just so he shuts up. The camp has been destroyed by a marauding Spanish tercio. But where? Surely if we've lost a camp, that means they must be close to us somewhere. So we'll have to scout around for that in a moment. Now, one thing that I do really need to do, that I've just remembered, I did spot it on the last turn, but I forgot to act. We still have enough money to do it, is I was actually looking at Melbourne, and even though they're our allies, we're actually losing... we're only 63 of 60, so we're going to give them a gift of 250 gold. It's not a huge amount, but it does put us up back to 73. The last thing I want is to lose them right now because they're fairly pivotal for us in this current war. Oh, of course, that's the camp that was pillaged. They pillaged that to try and get some health back. Well, we're going to continue firing at them. Going to finish them off with this ship of the line here. I don't think you get any more XP for a kill than you do for the damage. 3-3, yep, so XP is the same. Got some gold back for that. What do we need on this one now? Another 14 XP, and that will be sufficiently leveled up. And I think we've got enough happiness to actually move around and start to cause some damage to Madrid. Now, I'm still out of range of Madrid here, but I do, or should have the range. Can't quite hit those guys there. I think it's because there's hills in the way. Oh, forest. There's a forest in the way. So, they can't actually get close enough to hit them. What we can do, of course, I'm just looking around just to see what city-states there are. I don't want to move into somebody's line of fire. How far can we move safely? We can move to here. And we are out of the range of Madrid. It also means that we can pillage the fishing boats should we need to. So I am going to fire upon Madrid because I can. Let's start working on it. Let's start that nice and early. I'm going to move the other ships of the line around as well. Can I get you close enough? Probably can. Of course, we've still got this forest here, so you're probably not going to be able to see Madrid, and I was quite correct in thinking that. Going to move you to there. You can't fire on this turn now because you're out of moves, but you are out of their range. Now this ship of the line is just literally here for patrol purposes to make sure no enemy ships sneak up on us. I think we're good for now, so I'm going to put you on to alert. You're definitely going on to alert, and you are going to move here. That means I've got both sides of the river covered. You're going to go on to alert. May purchase another unit. They don't have an awful lot, and they may try some boat landings. We'll see how that goes. Privateer at Barcelona, of course, has now finished, but we'll keep you here for now because I think you can actually, yeah, you can make Barcelona in a single turn. Sorry, you can make Madrid in a single turn from Barcelona, so you may as well just stay there for the time being. I'm going to put you on sleep until I need you. And that is pretty much all I can do for that turn. I'm quite happy with that for the turn out of a single video. We managed to get Barcelona, and I think we'll definitely get Madrid on the next video. In terms of the victory progress, that means we will have Spain's capital, and all that will be left is the Incans, the Mongols, and the Sweden. The Swedish. The Swedish should be fairly easy. Stockholm is kind of out there and a bit unprotected. We'd also get the Colossus, of course, if we took out Sweden. And then from there, it's a choice between the Incans and the Mongols. Now, what you've got to remember is when you go for the last player, you don't really need to worry about defending the city because all you need to do is take it and it's game over. So it's going to be a case of which city is going to be easiest to hold on to. Do I take Cusco and then try and hold that while I take Karakorum? Or do I take Karakorum first and then try and hold it while I try and take Cusco? Difficult decisions. We may even go for both of them at the same time and see what happens. But obviously the Incans are the biggest problem at the moment. They're the highest on the scoreboard, which technically makes them the biggest threat. But we will see how that goes in the next video or two. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you're still enjoying the series. It's still great fun to play this game. I'm really enjoying it, even though I don't normally play a lot of domination victories. But yeah, it's really fun. And on a high difficulty level too. It's been a bit more of a challenge than the last few videos I've done. So guys, I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye for now.